Hi Libra, how are you? I'm Eriu and welcome to Eriu Tarot readings, and more importantly, welcome to your November 2020 reading. So to my old subscribers, welcome, delighted to see you back. To my new subscribers, equally as welcome. Lovely to have you. So just remember as well, if this doesn't fully resonate with you, do check out your moon and your rising sign videos as well. And I'm leaving this very open because I like to leave it open. So it's home life, work life, family life, friends, romantic, or if there's something else that's really going on that you need answers for, see if you can find the messages in here for you and apply it how you will. If you'd like a private reading with me, you can certainly have one. My email address is below. Shoot me an email and shoot you one back. So really apologies up front, Libra, if you hear fireworks or bangers going off in the background. Obviously it's Samhain will be happening, and Halloween, and it's just a bit noisy. So apology up front. So I'm interested in this as well, obviously, because I'm a Libra. So let's see how we get on. Okay. So now, start of the month. Let's talk about this in a minute. Start of the month, clarified. Middle of the month, clarified. Ooh, end of the month. Oh, clarified. Lovely. Hey, we're doing all right, Leos. Leos. I don't know, my words have just gone from me during these readings. I've said at one point it was a June reading. I was like, June? I think I wish it was June. Libras. Apologies, Libras. Now, let's have a look. Let's talk about this, because as I was shuffling off camera, so I shuffle off camera and on camera, this card flew out. Now when I say flew out, it flew out from underneath the tripod across the floor face up. And I remember thinking, oh, okay, I'm just going to pop you back in. If you show up again, great. If you don't, great. But it has shown up, and it's being very, very upfront and honest with us Libras about how the start of our November is going to go. Major Arcana here, also clarified by Major Arcana 2. When we have the Hierophant, we're talking about the High Priest. 5 as well being middle of the road number. So if some of you are uncertain of how things are going in your life or where they're going to go, this is saying that institutions that are well governed, that are well established, may very well help you in understanding where you might need to be. So for some of you, if you're thinking of changing your profession, and you know, we keep hearing that word retraining is a thing, then it's saying if you're looking at that, if you're looking at colleges, if you're looking at online courses, it says do that. It's important to progress. It's also saying that if you want to change in certain matters, say your financial institutions, if you have a mortgage and you're thinking, God, I don't know if I should maybe switch because that might be easier and cheaper for a while, or you might get a better rate. It's saying to really consider that, do that. Medicinal, it's doing the same. Is my life really at a healthy lifestyle that I can say I'm happy with, or am I at a level of health that I can say I'm happy with? It's saying move forward with that. So as you can see, it's a very, very strong card, and obviously it being the High Priest, we're talking about a very holy card, and it's governed by Taurus as well. So when we speak about holy, not just the other institutions, we're talking about religious institutions as well. And this card really does govern the unity of two people. And in many ways we could say a group of people as well, because obviously a priest would have sermons in front of many people, which is bringing the collective together, and the unity of that as well. But here in particular with this card is governed by Taurus, who is ruled by our planet as well. We share the planet Venus with Taurus, so we have it in a very romantic sense in artistic endeavours, and Taurus looks at things romantically with a material eye, the aesthetic. So for them, the physical, visual unity is very important, and visual unity being marriage. So if a lot of you are thinking of getting married, it's saying now is the time to really start that. If some of you are actually going to get married, but due to maybe current restrictions in your area or in your county, your state, you're wondering, can you even get married? This is saying it will move forward for you. it may vary. Obviously, you'll have to kind of rejiggy numbers and people. I understand. I've several friends who are going through this at the moment, and it is hard for couples out there. So I would say to you, it will happen. There might be some glitches along the way, but this card is really saying, do have faith in these institutions, because they are long and well established, because people have been using them for so long over the years, and so they do have a certain amount of wealth and currency to them, and that currency can be translated into something that benefits you. Also, just for in general, getting back to spirituality, and maybe it not being so governed by very, very strong religious institutions, but by yourself, and having a good relationship with spirituality. That is another big thing. Now, to clarify this, we have the Wheel of Fortune here. Second major arcana, absolutely lovely, has also popped up for a lot of people as well. This is saying that new chapter in your life that you've been questioning is coming forward, Libra. It's not coming up as quick as you might like. I know. Oh, look, I'm an impatient Libra at the best of times. Try and be patient. A little bit impatient, because when you want what you want it. And this card with the Wheel of Fortune, that wheel turning, and never really lets you know the speed. It's saying, look, I am destiny at its finest. I'll go at my pace, and that's kind of what you have to do. So do realize, though, I do feel what's the word I'm looking for? A slower pace for you, and that compass, though, is kind of trying to find the right direction for you. So have faith in that as this happens, because it will be happening for a lot of you at the start of the month. If you have had plans previous to this already set out, and you've signed the contracts of something, this is saying that thing you were wondering whether or not it was going to have action or move forward, start of the month, absolutely. If the start of the month you are only in this considering zone, then it's saying this will take time to come to fruition and to be established. But still, fantastic. Also, sorry, I should say to you that it's important that for a lot of you, especially as Libras, words and the written word are very important. So now is the time for you to read up on the thing that you're questioning, to read up on it, to get as much knowledge as information as you can, so you can be well informed to make the right decision for you. And also just to write down your thoughts, get organized. This is the time. Get that diary out, start writing in the day-to-day things. If you already do that, you're on the right path. If you don't, try it out and see how you get on. I do it, and I feel like it gives me the world of difference. Lovely. So in the middle of the month, then, we have this lovely card here. We have the Six of Wands, or Rods. So this is a card of victory, of achievement, of somewhat going through the ringer a little bit and coming out the other side of that. It's also about creating a path for yourself that other people actually look at and go, oh, I kind of want to be part of that. This only really kind of comes about when an authentic person is in front of you and is sincere in what they want and what they do, and has good moral code and ethic. And this is very much saying to you, Libra, that you already have that. That from person to person, it may differ on an individual basis, but at the core of it, there is a very strong and well-developed sense of self, and again, that moral code that one lives by. It's also saying that the change in direction that you want to go in will be supported, and that might be a bit of a surprise to you, Libra. Things might actually start rolling, and you thought it would be a bit slower. As I said, that is there, slower energy, but you'll find that things gently come together one by one, and that is due also to a collective of people that are starting to congregate around you. So I think there is a hum around you that is the thing that you're thinking of, or even, if I want to say the thing, with the person that you're thinking of even as well, that that is the right way to go. Sometimes you just kind of need someone to tell you that that's the way, but you will be extremely victorious in this. And that sense of achievement that I feel a lot of us have not been feeling over the last while, even I'd say that about myself, the sense of achievement of wanting something, going for it and getting it, putting in the hard work and achieving it. That's going to come back in. That injection of that into the middle of the month will be really apparent to you, and I think that will lift your spirits a bit more. And speaking of lifting spirits here, we have this clarifying card, the Ten of Cups. So we're talking about happy days. We're talking about a lot of, oh sorry, I just realised 10 and 10 there. We're talking about a lot of emotional fulfillment, and it's something that you feel in all areas of your life now. And, you know, the sun is shining a little bit brighter, albeit we're going into darker nights, but you know what I mean. The days feel wealthier and sturdier, and they shine a bit brighter, and that's because you're crystal clear on where you're going now, because again, as I said, you just needed someone to say yes, that is the way to move forward, and actually you really give that to yourself. It's also about having a happy home life. So for a lot of you, if you were experiencing, especially during lockdowns and restrictions in your counties or your states, if you're feeling that home life and domestic life was very turbulent, is saying that's going to ease out now, because some of that irritability, Libra, was definitely coming from you too, and mixed in with somebody else's. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. We feel like caged animals sometimes. But to clarify, as I said, 10 of Cups, beautiful card. Things are really, you're going to feel lifted in spirit in the middle of the month. So lovely to have. Now, at the end of the month, then we have the Emperor and the Two of Wands, also known as the Two of Rods. So Emperor here, as I would normally call Aries, Mr. Aries himself. So for some of you, an Aries might be coming into your life romantically, and this person may be older, well established, just kind of like an older mindset, and by that I mean they're just a bit more mature, which is what you've been looking for, Libra. It'd be a male or female, it doesn't matter. I just want to say that just because the Emperor is here and we see a male figure, it doesn't matter, any gender whatsoever. And we see this person kind of finally being on your side, which is, I'm really happy to see that. Someone who can support you in all aspects of your life. I don't even just mean like, you know, emotionally or financially, just really has your back. This is a very much strong figure that at times may feel like they are made of stone, but realistically they just can't be swayed, and that you really enjoy that sense of someone knowing themselves that well. I quite like that. I quite like people like that too. For some of you, this might be your energy and how you feel by the end of this month. So you're kind of feeling like that all the work that you've put in previously, and the decisions that you've made to move forward in, are actually really going to elevate you quicker than you thought. I'm really happy to see that for you as well. And there's definitely a rejuvenation of energy and action at the end of the month. And this is what you wanted. You wanted to kind of feel that zest. When I was talking about the fireworks and bangers outside, the end of the month, you feel like you're more fireworky, like you're more sassy again. You're getting back to your rhythm, and that's great to have. And to clarify that as well, which was really important, is the Two of Wands. So it's not as elaborate as, say, the Ten of Cups or the Wheel of Fortune, or even like the Six of Wands. This is saying that it is really down to the path that you choose, Libra, but knowing that you have the answers to that. And for some reason, for a lot of you, you really can see down the line the ability to understand an idea, an action, and then sometimes the consequence, or even the great outcome of it. You have the ability to go, if I do this, then that will equal that down the line. And so that also is where your mindset's going to be. So this person may very well help you with that, Libra. They may help you really solidify what those paths are, even just by listening to you speak. And then for some of you, it might just be you yourself going, okay, I can understand now, this is the way I need to go. I was resisting some ways, but now I understand that that's actually something that could be really, really good for me. And also there's a balance finally within yourself as well. I don't say finally, because you're not kind of out of balance in November, but that the equalizing is going to feel lovely, because as a Libra, people think we're always balanced, and it's not the case. We are always trying to find balance, and that's what we struggle with day to day, week by week, month to month. And at the end of this month, it's saying you're really going to find that again, and more importantly, you're going to find your passion, that your spirituality is really going to show in November, Libra. And I would say give that to who you can, when you can, but you do need to keep that on reserve just for the future, especially December. Wow, quite cool. I liked this reading. I mean, it was quick, it was to the point. Yeah. God, you stand very strong. You do, you really do, in November. I'm glad to see that, Libra. Yeah, as I said a few times, these are crazy times we live in. So when you have that sense of grounding, strength, it's beautiful to see. All right, thank you so much for being with me here today. If you dig what I do, please like, subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know how my fellow Libras are getting on. And if you'd like a private reading with me, just shoot me an email. My email address is below and I'll email you back as soon as I can. Until then, sending you all my love and making sure I'm sending love also to your loved ones and your family members and your friends. Be safe, take care of one another. We need that more than ever these days. And I'll see you very soon. Bye, Libra.